In this video I wanted to walk you through a painting called Once Upon a Time, and which I will do, but I've decided I'm going to show you a number of paintings and some of the steps I've gone through. So I'll show you both the photograph and the final painting so you can see how things change, and that might help you in some way work out when you might need to change something when you're doing a particular work. You may decide, like me, that you work both in the field, that you're working in situ, and also working from photographs. And sometimes I also work from my head, so it's a combination of those. Now, the first painting is called Once Upon a Time, and it's about a particular place. It's about a bench that I used to walk past or run past on a walking track here in Devonport. And I thought this bench, it's an old bench, or was an old bench, it's now been removed, and a different bench, a newer bench has been put there. But I wanted to make a story around this bench, that is a narrative. So now you'll see the painting, which is right here. And now you'll see a photograph. So I took a series of photographs around this, this bench. I got down low, I got up high, went to all different sort of angles, and eventually I picked this one. This particular angle, kind of angle. Now, first off, I decided that I wanted to put some gifts, some gift boxes, and put them on the bench, and that would be the story. But I photographed it like that, but I don't think it worked. It looked like it was as if someone had just accidentally left some parcels there, which is a bit distressing. So after a while I thought, no, that's not going to work. So my idea was to turn it into like a story of some person leaving something for somebody else there. And in this case I decided to choose an apple. And I chose a green apple. So I took a green apple to that place. No, actually I didn't, that's right. I just made it up out of my head. So instead of painting the boxes, which I did, I painted a painting and I had boxes on there, but I painted those boxes out because I don't think it worked. I changed my boxes from pink, which is what I originally photographed, and turned them into red, painted those out, then did the painting with a green apple, and you should be able to see the painting now with the green apple. But I don't think that worked particularly well. So then I painted the green apple out and I painted a red apple. And so there's the picture here. Now, I painted this painting twice. I did two separate paintings, and my technique changed with both of them. Technique is, I guess, the way I painted and the look of the painting were quite different, but it was the same subject. The difference between the two paintings is that I added a lady, a mysterious lady walking away as if she was the one who left the apple. We're not sure whether the apple is something sinister or the apple is something that's good. But in one case, the lady is way over on the path, and in another case, the lady is very close on the path, almost on the grass. So there's a slight difference between the two. I'm quite happy with the painting, but that just shows you the process that I went through to come up with that. So don't be afraid to change a painting several times over. If you're just doing a painting to sell to some tourists, of course you might accept that there's going to be some flaws with it and just sell it anyway. But sometimes when you've got a favourite painting and you put a lot of effort into it, you might want to go to that extra bit of effort to make sure it's just right, that works for you. Now I've decided to, instead of just talking about that one painting, talk about a number of different paintings. And the next one is painting I did of my stepdaughter looking at the hibiscus. Now, here is the photograph that I originally worked from. And here's a comparison between the photograph and the final painting. But in between that, there was this painting that had a background that didn't work particularly well. And I was quite confident this painting would work because I've done the same composition on two occasions. So here is one painting that I did many years ago, Papua New Guinea, with the background is out of focus. And here is another painting that I've done, similar sort of profile photograph, similar profile, but the treatment is very different. This is a very different technique from previously. In this video I showed you the major steps I took to do the painting once upon a time. I didn't show every little brush stroke and every movement that I made in the painting, but I showed why I chose to make a change from one painting to another, to another, to another. Simply to show you that when you come to do your painting, that you might have to make a number of changes, or you might be happy with the painting straight up. Now also what I'm going to do is, in this video, I'm going to compare a photograph, or have side by side a photograph and the painting right next to each other, so you can see some changes. And I'll do that with a number of paintings without commentary. I think it explains itself. But then you can look at the things that I've changed that might interest you, and that might be to do with tone, texture, colour, shape, whatever it might be. On the next video, under this umbrella of Lesson 5, I'm going to show you how to achieve a number of different techniques. So I'll be painting on canvas, and I'll be showing you how you might paint a rock, grass, clouds, whatever it might be. So I'm not going to do a full painting, because you can see plenty of people do that on YouTube. I'm just going to show you some techniques of painting things that you're most likely to paint in your general area or in your village.